This is a reading video for Tokyo Ghoul episode 11. Links down below in the description below to go watch the video for yourself, and then come back here to some of my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about this episode and everything. Is a great freaking episode, so click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in this episode. Okay, so joining me today for it's been a while is Try. Try's in the chat now, so it's lovely to have him back. Yeah, it's been, oh my gosh, how long has it been since we actually did a redirect with together? It's been like a few, maybe a month, like a month and a half. Yeah, over a month at least. Yeah. Um, our times and everything always didn't meld well. He was always or not always, but he went away a couple times at some point, and then sometimes I had to do reactions on like a different time zone, or whatever, either really late at night or early morning, or something like that. A lot of kind of scheduling. Yeah, like right now it's like super early. It's like 8 a.m. my time. Um, but at least it's not like 2 a.m. or something like that. That was one of my reactions was at like midnight to like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. kind of thing. So that's why I think that's one of the ones you skipped as well. But anyways, so Trey's here. So what an episode. Holy crap. There was a lot in this episode. We had so many decapitations and dismemberments. We had so many deaths, like from both sides, CCG and Ghoul sides. For one, it was that one girl Prodigy, basically. The one who was like the pink hair and everything like that. Yeah, she was pretty interesting. I would have thought that she was gonna actually live, at least for get to know her more kind of thing. Because we only got to know her like only just like a couple scenes like here and there, but even that we never really got to know her kind of thing. So, yeah, I would have thought we might have seen more of her. I mean, I guess in retrospect, we kind of knew the same amount about the patchwork guy, the one guy who has got the chainsaw on his head. We kind of knew genuinely the kind of same amount of knowledge about those two characters equally. So I guess I guess we know a little bit more about the patchwork guy because he was just hardcore in the sense that he was brutal in his interrogations and everything. So so his death I enjoyed because I don't know why. Try mentioned that the voice that the sound effects that he was making when he was getting chainsawed in the face was very interesting, creepy and weird and all kind of stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I couldn't stop laughing when he was dying. I was just shocked that they went that far with his death. Like a simple decapitation or just the guy stabbing him through the chest should have been enough, right? But no, they didn't stop there. they had they had the girl charge him again to push him back, attack him, slice him up, cut off his arm, and then the chainsaw that was embedded into the ceiling fell down, hit him in the head, started chainsawing him in his head and everything, and then just he just kept going. Yeah, it was super drawn out, super freaking drawn out. You could even see the same about the pink-haired girl too. Her death was super drawn out too in a way because she was stabbed directly through the chest, a humongous hole in her chest, or her stomach or whatever. Hardcore vital organ, her lungs would have been shredded up on the inside. Well, maybe not. Maybe it was a little bit down lower below her lungs. But anyways, a lot of vital organs were ripped through. A hole was in her. She should have died there basically, or fainted or whatever like that. But she kept going. And then decapitated. What else was she was I'm trying to think all the stuff that happened to her because both these two people were like they were they were effectively like meat shields. Like they were just getting like brutalized like over and over. Um, I think that was it for her. Okay, because I can't remember if she was like stabbed as well or sliced, whatever, cut here and there or whatever. It seems like everybody lost an arm. Every single character, like that was like the theme of this episode. This was the episode everyone lost an arm. like Sasuke lost an arm. The patchwork guy lost an arm. The guy with the long ponytail who was like regenerating, he lost an arm, but he grew it back. I mean, just like everybody lost an arm at some point in there. Um, through the center and lost her head. Yeah. So yeah, just like two major things. But I mean, just like the hole in her entire chest slash stomach area, that should have been enough for a normal human. Right? If you got a whole giant like gash like in yourself, like you'd probably just be like, oh, in shock and like you die or whatever like that. So her just continuing talking and everything, and then just like yeah, it's a little bit drawn out, a little bit. The patchwork guy, that was on another level. Like, not only was he stabbed through his back, but he was also got his arm ripped off and like slashes all over his chest and everything. And then the chainsaw, and he was still alive during that. It's just like Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, the ghoul was chopped in half. Uh, he was out and about and living still as well. There there was a lot in this episode that was strange, but like awesome slash like scary slash like there was a lot to this episode. Like there was a lot of like weird like creepy like moments, but at the same time very epic moments because um okay, so one thing, yeah, so I I want Gourmet to live because Gourmet is like we've known him since like season one kind of thing. So he seems like a cool guy. He's never been like a very like angry ghoul or like something like that. I mean he wants to stick next to like to Kaneki and so on and so forth. For whatever personal gains that he gets from it. But um, beyond that, like he just seems like a okay guy. Like he's just like a ghoul, whatever. So I'm rooting for him to live, basically, Gourmet. So I hope he does get out of here. But uh, having him going up against Kaneki and then him saying like I don't know you kind of thing, like because Sasuke doesn't have his memories, but Kaneki's memories. So having the two of them kind of spare off, and then having Gourmet say like I don't know you kind of thing. So like it probably shuts down all of his memories of Kaneki and saying like this is not Kaneki, so he's an enemy kind of thing. So he goes at him like at best he can kind of thing. So we're probably gonna see some interesting things there. We had the owls show up as well. Not only the girl but her creations. It seems like so. It seems like the girl. This is a GIF. I think it's a GIF. It's not a GIF. Okay. I thought it was a GIF. We had the. We had the. Is it a GIF? It's not playing for me. Oh, it is. There we go. Now it's playing. Yeah. There we go. It just took a little while to load, I guess. But yeah, so he's an interesting character, but I don't think he's like an evil guy. Like he's just he's just creepy and that kind of thing. But like in a sense, like he still wants to be like around Kaneki as a friend or whatever, or just like just to smell him more or whatever. I don't know. There's some weird stuff there, but anyways, I think he's all around, not a bad guy, not an enemy for sure. He's not an enemy. To Kaneki. I mean, for the CCG, they can see him as an enemy because he's a ghoul and they hunt ghouls. But for Kaneki himself and everything, and his friendship towards Gourmet, he's not an enemy. So I hope Gourmet does live through this in some aspect kind of thing. I hope it gets away, whatever. But yeah, so the owls showed up and their creations. So the girl basically enhanced them. It seems like because Sasuke kicked off. Well, again, another decapitation. Decapitated the one kid, um, that was Gourmet's like helper, butler, kind of position. Um, Knocked off his head with a kick, basically, and then uh, the tentacles came out of both the head and the neck to like grab onto each other and like attach again. So it seems like the owl has some kind of like ability to like give people the regeneration ability, like super regeneration. Like I know Kaneki can like heal himself, um, and that kind of thing when he eats his flesh or humans, that kind of thing. Um, and it's a bit explosive regeneration when that happens. Not like hardcore explosive, I guess. I guess kind of it's gradual, but like, it's pretty quick. Um, but this is a whole different weird level like of regeneration. This is um like monster regeneration sort of like state. Like this is I'm interested to see if this is maybe a Kaguja. Like maybe this is like kind of that, but like I don't know. I'm not sure. The what I mean is the cannibal state that Kaneki was in before. I'm wondering if it's something like this, but like the people that were. I mean, actually, we never heard a single word uttered from the one with the ponytail that was cut in half. His arm was ripped off, and stabbed in the face. He didn't talk at all. He hasn't said a single word. Um, but I'm wondering, like, if this is just like some. I'm trying to like think of like how the owls do this. Obviously, the owls have the one doctor who actually gave Kaneki his half ghoul state, um, as well as probably others, kind of thing for the half ghoul states. So having that doctor there who's like experimenting kind of thing, he's probably like like a mad doctor. So he probably has something to do with, obviously has something to do with this like regeneration state. Um, we saw at the end of the episode that the owl is coming basically to the building. So that is going to be an epic fight, and we're probably going to actually see a glimpse, um, or not a glimpse, I should say. We're probably going to see the opening come to uh, fruition, basically. So Sasuke versus the owl, effectively, is like they in the opening. It was Sasuke standing there, and then it was the owl girl, and then she like exploded into like the monster or whatever. So like that was like in the opening. So um, maybe this is like, or the opening was like a hint towards like, this battle happening kind of thing. So I'm interested to see if that actually is going to happen. If the owl was going to attack Kaneki or Sasuke, or is something else going to happen here? Because I'm wondering still, is the owl like against Sasuke? I think the next episode is the last one for a while. Interesting. Okay, we're going to take like a couple week break kind of thing, or is it like the season finale? I don't think it's a finale, but maybe a couple week break kind of thing. Almost like Ruby does that sometimes. Like they like go like halfway through the season, they take a break and then they come back. Um, that's interesting. So I hope we don't get like a big cliffhanger. I hope we don't get like a huge cliffhanger where it's like, oh, everyone could die kind of thing, and then just like it just fades away, fade to black, kind of thing. So I hope we don't get like a huge cliffhanger. But I don't know. A lot can happen, definitely. A lot can definitely happen. So yeah, so we have we have Gourmet, Sasuke, and Gourmet's helper slash butler, whatever the kid, up there on the roof. Sasuke seems to have won the battle, but Gourmet is trying to stop him from it, and so it can go either way. And I'm kind of hesitant on pushing one way or another and what could happen because I don't know. Season 2 starts in October, apparently, along with JoJo. Okay. Season 2 of Re? I'm guessing. Yeah? Okay. So, wait, so the next episode is the finale of Season 1? Okay, yeah, yeah, actually, you did write that. Sorry, I totally forgot that you sent another message there. Yes, yeah, the end of Tokyo Ghoul Re season 1. Okay, got it, understood. All right. Um, so only just a couple more months in the season 2. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I'm ultimately, I want to know what the Owls' plan is ultimately, like their end goal. Like, what do they strive for right now? Like, what are they doing? What are they planning? Whatever. Like, I want to know about the Owls and what they're doing. Um, why they indoctrinated the Gourmet's helper into their cause? Why did they improve him? Why did they, so on and so forth? Like, I want to know more about them and why they're doing what they're doing. Also, I'm wondering what part she has to play in Sasaki because she was in the same neighborhood as the Quinks, um, and then that's when the package was delivered with like the mask in it. So I'm like I'm thinking like she has some kind of ultimate master plan to like revive him in a way, like get him back to his Kaneki state. Um, and I'm wondering like if that is gonna be a possibility for why she's showing up now, kind of thing. Well, if you haven't noticed, all right, it's because hair has changed. Has it? Got a lot blacker. A lot of that's I noticed that, but I thought that was just because of the lighting. Like he's outside. I did notice the darker hair. Um, so I guess that's maybe a mindset kind of thing. Like just like because he's not in like fight or flight like kind of mode that his hair is starting to come back to normal kind of thing. Maybe. Um, Interesting. Let me see if I can pull up some pictures here. I'll probably have to pull up the actual episode to get the updated picture, or you can send it here of his hair, and I can look at the sheet for the comparison. Tokyo Ghoul. Where's the sheet? There it is. Oh yeah, the kind of like the black center or whatever. Each episode's slowly getting darker and darker. Wasn't like each episode just like the next day kind of thing? So it seems kind of fast. I don't know. Or like the same day. Like we had like 4 episodes that were like all about like one of the incursions. Um, all right, I'll show this on camera so people can know what we're talking about for the hair. So that kind of like the black in his hair kind of thing is there, and then actually in the actual episode, which I can pull up real quick, um, is a lot darker than that. Let me pull this up real quick. Skip ahead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot darker. So this is what we have here. So this is what we had in the episode. So here's a lot darker, and like the sides of it are all white still, whatever. So that's pretty interesting. I kind of shrugged it off as like the lighting of like where they're at kind of thing. Um, so that's why I never really like thought too much of it. But it's interesting that his hair is getting darker kind of thing. So I don't know. Um, I think it was after he had a fight with a newer owl, whatever you want to call it. His hair started getting darker. Interesting. Yeah, the one psycho guy. The CCG kid who got abducted or whatever. Um, yeah, interesting. Well, some interesting developments for sure. So yeah, it might be foreshadowing to some degree of like what might come next, kind of thing. Because like I wonder if, because like my main thing for Sasaki is I wanted his memories to return, so that way Kaneki comes back, kind of thing, in his full strength. You know, just like that way he's like a badass again. Um, but if his hair is getting darker now, I'm wondering if his memories do come back. Like, does his hair just automatically just like shatter to white? Like, does it just like instantly turn white? And it's Kaneki again. Like he's back again. Like I'm wondering like if something like that might happen. I don't know. Um, Also, maybe if his memories do return, maybe it's a half and half because like Sasuke and then like there's Kaneki, so like a half and half because like a half ghoul, so like his ghoul side is the Kaneki side, the Sasuke side is like the human side, so like his hair could be like half white, half dark, you know, basically. Like that would be interesting. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here about like theories and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen next for sure. Like I said, I do really wish that Gourmet lives because I don't know, his character's cool. I do want to know where it would go from here, kind of thing. Whether he wants to fight for or fight to get Kaneki back, or to keep living, or to grow the mansion back up again, or to regain the mansion's like power again. I don't know. What else happened this episode? Did I miss anything? I feel like it did because a lot did happen. There's a lot in this episode. Um, yeah, he used Nutcracker, which Jesus Christ, yes, it's true. Nutcracker's weapon is amazing. Oh my god. So I thought at first like it was gonna be like a fire sword or something like that, right? Because it was like kind of like glowing red, whatever, when he was using it. So I was like, all right, cool, like interesting. And then he threw it, and I was like, okay, interesting plan. Like, why would you throw your weapon at him, kind of thing? And then it stabbed into him, and everyone was like sitting there watching, and he like waiting for it, like it looks like all planning, waiting for it to happen. And then all of a sudden, like, like it just extended and just like eviscerated like the his top half basically like upwards, and then he like regrew himself. But like, damn, that was pretty hardcore. Um, yeah. So it's interesting because I don't think Nutcracker had like anything like that, so they altered her power, her Kagane, um to, well, yeah, they so they yeah, obviously they altered it, but like because like usually when they make Quinkes, they make it like almost like 1-to-1, but just like the ability to hold it and like use it, kind of thing. But with the Nutcracker one, I don't think she used like a bubble like thing or whatever, like an extension out and then extension back in, kind of deal. Um, I remember she using traps, um, where like she can like kind of like shoot out a little object into the wall or whatever, and just like have that as a trap. Um, for if anyone comes by, it like stabs out at him, kind of thing. So I don't think she had like a whatever the Quinque was that he was using. I don't know. It's a bit weird, but anyways, it's a cool weapon nonetheless. It's very very cool. And he actually used it, which is interesting. So we'll probably see the backlash of that and his like mental state about using it, kind of thing, because he was so like against using it because it reminded him so much of Nutcracker and how he killed her, kind of thing. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting for sure. We got to see a little bit of Psycho's Kagane, which or Quin, yeah, Kagane. I was gonna say Quinque for a second, but she wearing her hammer. We were basically that. But we saw a little bit of her Kagane. So that was awesome. It looked kind of like a scorpion tail mixed with like other things. Like, because there's like a three-prong kind of like tentacle thing at the very tip of it. And then like weird stuff. But it's cool because we finally got to see it. So I'm pumped about that, and I can't wait to see if she uses it any more about that. Um, we had a little funny bit with her and the other CCG member when she tackled her to get out of the way, kind of thing. So that was kind of cool and kind of funny as well. Um, what else? What else? What else? I mean, a lot happened, but um, oh yeah, we had one group. It was like a guy and two girls. The guy got his arm cut off yet again. That person that got disarmed. And then he tried to get the two girls to leave and like call them names and say like I never liked you, kind of thing like that. Probably just like his character like traits or whatever like that. But they both were like, we got this kind of thing. Went out. And then just horrific sounds, and then blood splatters on the guy's face, and then like no words. So like they're all dead, basically. It seems that way. I mean, Jesus. So I don't know. We're probably gonna see some interesting fights with the owl next, coming in and everything. We're probably gonna see some interesting things fighting the tentacle guy down below. A lot of things. He had only gotten those two girls because his previous squad was killed and he was the only survivor. Oh, right. That's true. So I guess he was trying to get them out so that way they don't die again. But surprise, surprise, it seems like they died again. Or his teammates died again. So interesting. Maybe he lived again. Maybe he's sole survivor once again, and like it's a like carry on like throughout the series about like him just constantly always surviving like these ghoul attacks and like just forever like bad luck on like whoever joins his squad. I don't know. But maybe he died as well. I don't know because they were up against the gourmet's helper, so he like broke through the window and like he was like sitting there like all like hunched over like kind of thing, and then they showed up and he attacked him and then moved on to Kaneki basically, or Sasuke. So I feel like that's it. I mean, a lot happened in this episode and it was awesome. A lot of stuff was kind of drawn out but also very weird, creepy, epic at the same time. Like a lot happened. Is there anything I missed? Anything at all? I feel like I covered most things. There's probably one or two things that I missed. But as always, if I did miss anything and you'd like my opinion on the matter, feel free to comment down below about such things, and I will talk to you guys down there. Obviously, no spoilers. Not only for my sake, but for other people who have not seen this series as well, and who are like going episode by episode as well, who haven't seen the manga, that kind of thing, visual novel, whatever you want to call it. Don't spoil it for them. Don't spoil it for me. Don't be a dick. And I will talk to you guys down below. I will see you guys next week for the finale of season 1. And I am assuming it's going to be a very big episode because, like I said, the owl is like on its way. So it's going to be freaking cool to see what's going to happen next. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for some more Tokyo Ghoul Read. Okay, buddy.